Shadows have been seen. Ate Malkut Vegevura Vegedula Leulam. Amen. Put the boom on the floor. I can hear it. If there is anybody here, I'm calling out to any spirits that may be in this place, underneath us, around us. Come towards us now in this place. Can you make a noise? Make yourself known. Can you hear it? Can we get a live mic so the audience can hear it? Can we do that? Yeah. Okay, it's round here. Right underneath Stuart. Okay. Please, can you tap or knock? Let me know that you're here. Again, please. I can feel it more than anything. Can you hear it? You can hear it. You can feel it. Okay. Can you tap out, please, very clearly, how many of you are here now in this room with us? You counted eight? I couldn't hear that.
Yeah, 8 times.
Could you hear it? No, you couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear that.
I could feel it.
Has it moved around?
Vibration. Yeah.
Sound. Can.
8.
Who's tapping that?
I can only say that when I've got a moment, I won't put any emphasis on it, it's just an awareness that something has joined us.
Something.
An energy, I would have said two different entities.
God, it's going.
Yeah. Got my hand.
Yeah, I can feel that. If there's anybody here, if there are 2 of you here, come on, make a noise. Come towards us, please. We don't mean you any harm. Let us hear your voice. There shouldn't be anybody moving.
Yeah, but I almost got what seemed like a whisper before that door slammed.
James.
Yeah, James? Is it James? A James. A whisper? A James.
Okay. James, are you here? If you're here, can you give a loud knock or a tap or make a noise with your voice? You know that whistling that we heard in Turin?
That's what we just picked up again.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Just said that, yeah.
Very distant, but it's there. Can you whistle? Make a noise with your voice. Copy me.
I feel cold and I feel
No, that's feedback.
and drawn way back in time to a time when this was a dark and cold, forbidding place. And James, way back, 1700s. James.
And your surname?
Preston.
There it is. I heard that. There it is. Listen.
Listen.
It's like a distant
Very
whistle.
faint.
Very faint.
There.
Whistle again. Come on.
I'm getting a
There.
vibration on the floor.
Tapping. Do you mean us harm?
Listen, there's whistling then as well.
Was there? Do you mean us harm if you do tap twice for yes, once for no? You What are you hearing?
Just when you asked for that tapping sound, there's a tap
You get
around
it
this
there?
area.
See, I didn't get it, but you got it. Too clearly.
Yeah. So two moving around, and I've got a James.
Oh,
Heavy on my mind, and so long ago. Preston?
Preston, are you here?
Is it James? Maybe it doesn't sound.
Totally
James? Maybe James Preston?
James Preston? You've got a Preston? There's a Preston. Okay. James Preston, are you here? Come amongst us now, walk amongst these people here, sat here. Make it go very cold. Can you hear the whistle?
Yeah, there's a whistle one.
Whistle again, please. This is me. Copy me.
It's there. It's
I
over
can
there.
Yeah, I can hear it as well.
It's in the distance.
Can you throw something? Throw something. Don't hurt us. Throw something.
Don't hurt me.
Come towards us now.
Oh.
Tapping, tapping, tapping.
Yeah.
Under the chairs. Is it here? Can anybody hear the whistling? Can you hear the whistling? Make the whistling louder. Make it louder, please. Come on, louder. Louder.
Can you hear it?
I think it's here. That's why you can't hear it, can you? You've just heard it.
Hear it now.
You can hear it?
Now.
It's just there. Yeah, but the trouble is, it seems like it's. For me, it sounds like it's miles, well, not miles away, but.
Yeah, it sounds like it's over there to me.
Distant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that just because it's that high-pitched sound?
There.
Is it?
Yeah?
Sorry, I'm over here.
Oh, hello.
I'm over in the back. Just because a couple of audience members put up their hands, and right where they're... Can you put up your hands now so Yvette can see where you are? That there's a cold spot there that's freezing.
Oh, is it? How interesting. You're getting colder. It is getting cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just as Kieran starts to talk, then that high pitch whistle
Yes, I
went.
heard it, yes.
Yeah.
I know. Come amongst us now. We thank you. Do it some more. Make it get even colder.
That's cold.
Whistle. Throw things, please. Throw things gently, not to harm us. Come on. Come towards us now.
Is this James?
James Preston, are you here? 2 taps for yes. Do you mean us harm, James?
No, it's a warning. It's a warning.
A warning?
Yes, it's a message, if you like, from way back. It doesn't. It seems that he doesn't mean us direct harm, but warns us that this was a very, very evil and nasty place. And beware, it lingers today. There's an evil that lingers today.
Oh,
Okay.
what's the matter?
You need to take this lady out.
What? Is she all right?
What's wrong? What's wrong? We need to take her out. I'll ask her what's on.
And there, frustratingly, we must leave the seance. We have to take a break. When we return, Most Haunted Live, the search for evil continues.
Can anybody hear this whistling? Yes. Can you hear it? Stick your head in here. Come here.
Hello and welcome back to Most Haunted Live, the search for evil, the first of 7 nights of fright, and we've based ourselves here in St George's Hall on Merseyside. Our investigations over the next 7 nights, hoping to encounter 7 different types of evil, are based in the northwest of England, a very rich and promising research ground for the paranormal. But what exactly is the team hoping to encounter tonight? Let's take a look.
From a German term for noisy ghost, a poltergeist is usually a noisy, disruptive, malevolent or mischievous entity that is believed to cause all manner of physical phenomena involving moving or throwing objects, foul odours, loud noises, banging and unexplained electrical activity. Perhaps the most famous case is the Enfield poltergeist. An ordinary terraced house was the epicentre of a welter of extraordinary activity, with objects being thrown, furniture moved, fires starting and extinguishing without human intervention. But perhaps most frightening of all, this commotion appeared to centre on a teenage girl. Janet, who it is claimed was thrown and levitated by an unseen force. She seemingly became possessed by a malevolent entity of an old man, in whose voice she spoke, claiming to be several different people. Poltergeists can be dangerous both physically and mentally, and there is no guarantee of safety, as they have been known to follow those that trespass in their realms. What will befall the Most Haunted team as we seek out the poltergeist that is said to walk the Great Hall and the judicial courts and cells that also occupy this imposing building?
So tonight, the team are on the trail of poltergeist, but we should say throughout this week's investigations, if other manifestations occur, of course, the team will investigate those as well. Time for you now to meet again, for those who saw us in Denby on Most Haunted Live before Christmas. A very special guest, our guest medium, Billy Roberts, ladies and gentlemen. And Billy, this is sort of home territory for you, isn't it? It is. Merseyside, the Northwest.
Yeah, it is.
So you must know this building we're in, St George's Hall, pretty well then?
Well, I've stayed here overnight some years ago and down in the cells, and it was, legally though, it was just a vigil.
Yeah, you weren't been held in the days when it was a civil or crown court. No. And what did you sense then?
Well, quite a lot. I mean, everywhere you go in St George's Hall, there's something different. I noticed, this might sound a bit bizarre, but two magicians travelled the world in Victorian times, Ira and William Davenport. And it was in St George's Hall they were exposed by a Merseyside dock worker. They used to get somebody to tie them up in a box, and disembodied hands would float around and musical instruments would play. And they made a lot of money all over the world. They were friends of Houdini, and he was very interested in their activity. And it was actually in this hall that they were exposed by a dock worker who tied them up with a knot that they couldn't undo.
Oh, so they were masquerading as fraudulent mediums?
Yeah. And they left Liverpool, or Merseyside, in a cloud of smoke. And their sister was Mary Davenport, who used to travel with them. And that's the only one I could think of. When Vet and the team were doing the seance, I sensed Mary Davenport. And it was William Davenport who confessed on his deathbed to Houdini. But Ira, we always claimed that they were genuine mediums. So there's some kind of interest from them here tonight. That was interesting.
That's fascinating, yeah. Billy. And I know later on you're taking an audience member out to join the vigil team. So somebody in this audience here tonight will be part of the investigation with Yvette tonight.
Look forward to that.
Thank you for the moment, Billy.
Thank you, Paul.
We'll talk more later on. We've got a name already. We've got a James. We've also got two experts on the firm. Of course, the wonderful Leslie Smith, our academic and historian, and our demonologist and dark arts expert, Fred Batts. Let's see what they may have discovered. So we've got the name James. Have we learnt any more about that? It's a relatively common name, but are there any links with the James and this building, this area, Fred?
There we go. Yes, this road used to be called Shaw Street, and it was full of kilns and things like this. And I've got the death list from the 1700s of the old infirmary that was here before St George's Hall. And there is a James Preston who suffocated in a lime kiln on the 12th of October, 1783. So spot on here.
So this would have been an accidental death then?
I would think so, yeah.
OK,
yeah.
Now we heard there from Billy about the Davenports and the use of this building. It's got links, real strong historical links with the whole of British history, this place, hasn't it?
Oh, it has. It's extraordinary and considered one of the greatest neoclassical buildings, literally in the world. That's not an overstatement. But the building, we must remember, as we so often find when we're ghost hunting, there's layers and layers of time to peel back, because it was an infirmary, as we know. We've got the death list. This is what Fred's running through at the moment. A prison at one point. It was the barracks. It was the courts. The cells were, of course, is what made it the present. And all of these things are elements of time. And within those elements, there are good and bad. And there are, within these walls, some extraordinary things to be said.
Okay, well, as soon as information emerges from Brian, from Billy, from the team, we're going to give it to Leslie and to Fred. Thank you very much for the moment. Let's get straight back now to the investigation. We began with a séance in the heart of the audience. I'm not sure where Yvette Fielding and the team are now, but they're somewhere in St George's Hall, and let's get back to them. Yvette, over to you.
Thanks very much, Paul. We're actually coming up a stairwell and just sort of giving you a feel for the difference in this location. There's lots of different stairwells, lots of different places and areas. This very mix and match place, from the grandeur of the main hall to coming back here where you would imagine sort of lots of people hurrying about and scuttling about doing whatever they have to do. So Brian, what sort of activity can you sense or pick up around these particular areas?
Well, if I just say that, you know, I was standing there just now, I sense movement while we were actually stationary. Now, I've got a feeling that there's at least 3 different entities that I've actually picked up so far while we're sort of moving along, you know, having from standing to moving up the staircase. There's a calling out to us again.
Oh! Listen.
Yes.
That was a... You make that noise again, please.
I don't know what I just heard it. I had taken my earpiece out because I heard it. It was like a... What's the matter?
You didn't feel that?
No.
Like a draft, like a...
Somebody crying?
Yeah.
Listen.
It's like a child. Child's crying.
Like a... Ooh.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, there again.
Carl,
Child's crying.
are you hearing like a crying up there?
Like a whining sound.
Yeah.
Well, like almost like a child's crying, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a youth crying or a woman crying.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay.
Whoever you are, we can help you. Make that noise again.
You can't help me? You can't help me. You can't help me? What's your name? I can see chains as well. Chains, manacles, ill treatment. You can't help me now. Thomas? A boy of about youngish man. I don't know, 14, 15. Way back in time, though. You can't help me now, indicating that it's too late, long gone. Manacles.
What's that? What's that? Okay, it's Carl.
Definitely a Thomas. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah. How old was he?
Thomas, about 14, 15.
And he's still here? Do you feel he's trapped?
Yeah, I mean, what I saw was like manacles. What would that be? Manacles. Now I'm thinking, okay, logically, history. What, I can't think. Apart from, you know, something untoward and evil, okay, can I say, could it have something to do with slavery, maybe?
Is he black? Thomas Black?
Yes.
He is, he's black. So he's a slave.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Manacles, you can't help me. Chains, young man, young black boy, yes?
What's the matter?
I'm a little confused.
Can you hear me whistling?
No. Can you? Where are you, Kath?
Karen, yes.
Go on,
I'm a
Kieran.
little confused. I always measure the temperature and relative humidity. And relative humidity generally stays constant depending on your height. And when we were standing there, I was looking at the measurement of relative humidity. It was going from 27 down to 20, back up to 27, and varying. So it was varying by 7-8%. Shouldn't happen.
No. That's very unusual.
It is very unusual. I know we've got a lot of drafts coming in, but that shouldn't make it alter that much. And I'm just going to keep a check on it as we're walking around some more.
That's really interesting.
So it's very different.
So when I
Never
said
come
just
across that
now, when I was talking to Yvette, did you actually feel that, the draft that came past me?
I mean,
did, but it could have been a natural
But
draft.
you didn't feel it
I've
then,
been feeling
so,
the draft, I
yeah.
have, but
But there
I'm
is a
assuming that it's a natural
No,
draft.
there is a natural draft in here as well.
I'm very keen to go up